Hi, Kathy Odell, back again for CW Shop Talk from the Crystal Wand in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Today's topic of discussion is going to be protection. How to protect yourself against the darkness, evil entities, attachments, negative energies. Not just ghosts, too. I mean, there's just people out there that are like, ugh. Help protect you from their bad vibrations. We'll start simply with the stones and crystals, since that's what I am, a stone lady here. We're going to talk about a little about the black stones, because it's the black stones that are, in general, your protective stones. And it doesn't matter which one. You love tourmaline like me? Tourmaline's a wonderful stone. You can get it in chunks. You can get them in little chunks. You can just use a little black tumbled stone. Shungite is really a healing stone more than a protection, but it does also have those protective qualities. You could use tiger's eye, red tiger's eye, the one that's a mixture of tiger's eye, red jasper, and hematite. That's a nice stone. That only grounds you, it protects you, and it gives you a good stamina, a good strength of character, and a willingness to stand your ground. And that helps a lot when you're standing up to bullies and negative energy or the darkness. Hematite. Oh, God knows everybody loves hematite. Now, if you want, I forgot my favorite. Smoky quartz. Smoky quartz. And, whoa, where's my other little smoky? There she is. I've got it in a point and this. One thing about the protection stones, it's the energetic vibrations from the crystals that help clear the negativity from around you. They are not just magic wands or magic swords. You can just and it all goes away. They give off a vibrational energy that we can, if it's the right stone for you, will blend with your own auric field, strengthening you against the negativity and helping to clear it. When used in meditations and various cleansing rituals, will help clear it from your body. The smoky quartz is excellent for that. That's the kind of thing you put one in one hand, one in the other, and stand there and ground yourself. And this will help drain all the negativity out of your body, out of your spirit, out of your astral body, your auric field, and you send it into the ground. You send it into Mother Earth. You just stand there a few moments, close your eyes, visualize all that negativity just leaving you, going into the earth, dissipating. Smoky quartz is just great for draining negative energy out of you, your personal space. The other stones, I think, are better at deflecting negative energy, like the tourmaline and the jet and the obsidian and the shungite. They not only act as like psychic vacuum cleaners helping to clear it out of your system, they also tend to deflect the negativity from you. It's like they're working through your root chakra, so they're sort of stabilizing you, giving you that inner core of strength and helping you connect to the strength of the earth. And with that strength, you are rising up and pushing back the negative energy and vibrations that are coming towards you. When it comes down to ghosts and spirits, it's just helping to ward those things off. They've just always been traditionally good, and I know just a lot of different ghost hunters in our area and people who come to town doing for the ghost hunting and house cleansers and people like that usually always carry a black stone or some sort of stone of protection. A lot of them, like I said, are very hot on hematite. You can wear your stones as bracelets, you can wear them as necklaces, you can wear them as a pendant on a string, but you want to keep it next to your body. You want to keep it close to your body because you want it within your auric field so that it can work throughout. That energy can sort of spread throughout and energize your body, not just your physical but your spiritual bodies as well, because this is where you are really getting rid of the negativity from. Everything happens on the other side first. As above, so below. That's kind of what it's meaning. It's like it's happening in the spirit realm and then it happens in the physical. That's how the healing stones work in general. They help heal the spiritual body so that the spiritual body forms the physical body and therefore it can form it more perfectly or back to normal. That's the hope. Now, stones are one way of doing it. Another way is something simple like saging. A lot of people will smudge. You've heard them talk about it. That's where you light the smudge stick and you gawk around the room and you open a window and you blow the smoke everywhere. You got to be a little careful. You don't want to be dripping embers everywhere. We'll get into the whole smudging and saging thing in another show. But those of you who are familiar with it know what I'm talking about. Another thing you can use that's sage smudge are these Palo Santos wands. Now they're interesting. The wood, it's called the holy wood. It's from South America. It smells divine. And by burning it, it's like a smudge, a sage smudge stick. You're using it and wafting the smoke around the room to cleanse the room of any negative energies or darkness. Bad juju. You're getting it out. You open a window so it has a place to go and you clear it out. You say a prayer. You stand your ground. And it can be any prayer that you are comfortable with saying, that you are comfortable with doing. Everybody has their own. You don't have to say the same old prayers you learned when you were a child. You can pray from the heart. And that's what I find is more meaningful, at least for me now. I mean, in the old days, it used to be, the Our Father, Hail Mary, whatever. Now, I just talk directly to my God, to my angels, to the spirits, to the more highly evolved entities up there that I think are here to help me. If I'm calling on the goddess, if I'm calling on an angel or an archangel, or if I'm calling on the Blessed Mother, I'll say directly, please, I'm praying, please intercede for me. Please help me with this task. Please help me clear this space. Make it safe for myself and my family. Say whatever's in your heart and what you feel, and that usually holds just as much weight as all the ones we learned in Sunday school or in church. So say a prayer and talk to the spirits, the higher level beings, as you waft your smoke around the room, and that's a perfect way of clearing a room or a space of negative energies. It's not only good just for ghosts. I know people are into the ghost hunting. We have ghost clearing kits with all the little things you'll need and instructions on how to do it, but it's also good for just bad vibes. If you had a family fight and everybody was up in each other's face and arguing on, when they're all gone, smudge the place, clear it out, get rid of all that lingering bad negative energy, because it does linger and it does affect you and your spirit as you go forward with the rest of the day or the night. If you're having arguments at work, if you're having troubles with your neighbors, smudging is a good way to clear the air. Now, if you can't blow smoke around because somebody's really sensitive, you got smoke alarms that are going to go off, or it's like your office or a workspace, or you just don't want to burn and you're afraid of catching things on fire. That's why they invented sage water. Does about the same thing. Now, we make ours, and ours is made with infused sage water. I make them up in small batches, like a half a gallon at a time. I don't think it's usually a gallon, it's a half. And I put the sage leaves in the hot water, or pour it over back and forth. It's a tedious little process I go through, but I make up each batch individually when we make up a bunch of these little bottles. And after that, we will add a little bit of sage oil. Now I like ours because, number one, we're $5 to $10 cheaper than everybody else out there. Number two, some of them are just putting a couple drops of oil in a thing of water in a spray bottle and charging $20. And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? Are you doing anything to it? Anyway, we not only do the infused water, we add the sage drops just to sort of double up on the effects of the sage oil. I just like to know that the leaf was in there. I mean, we strain it out through coffee filters and all, because you can't leave all those little particles in there. They're just going to turn gunky and gooey on you. And we add a couple crystals, once again, protection crystals, either tourmaline, tiger's eye, amethyst, regular quartz you can do anything with. At the bottom, they help mix it up. And that's the other thing you need to remember. If you're going to use the sage spray, shake it. That mixes the oil that's in there with the water that's in there, so that it comes out in a little evenly mist, and you just spritz. You can spritz the corners of the room, you spritz your car, you can spritz inside. And if you're feeling the negativities laying on top of you, spritz yourself. It isn't going to hurt anything. Never hurt me. I do it occasionally just when I'm really feeling bad about something. Don't spray it in your eyes. Don't be stupid. It's got essential oil in it. And essential oil is not meant to go in your orifice. Trust me on that. You never want to spray things in your eyes or your nose or your mouth. And it's another thing, you don't want to spray it in your pet's face or your kid's face. If you want to spray it over something alive, you spray it over the top where it's not going to affect this area. Now, there might be some people who have a bit of an allergy problem. If you have really heavy-duty allergies, you might want to, if you're in the shop and you're not sure, spritz it. See what happens. Sniff it. If you start sneezing or, you can feel your head clogging up, then don't buy it. It's not for you. Neither is the sage. It goes back to the stones. But otherwise, most people don't have a problem with it. Another thing you can do for protection of yourself and your house. Oh, that's another thing I do. I occasionally, when I'm not just clearing the air of the negative, for protection, I'll spritz around my main door and my back door, so nothing bad comes in through there. It's psychological. But it makes me feel good. Another thing you can use for protection is holy water. I've got a big bottle for me. We're down to little bottles now because, oh Lord, everything's getting so hard to come by. I'm getting it from Jordan now. It's being imported. It's actually been blessed by a Greek Orthodox church. And it's expensive. It smells nice though. They put roses in it or something because apparently the water in the River Jordan really stinks, they say. So they have to do that to mask it. I don't know. I'm sure they clear it up because the water's pretty clear and nice. My niece went to Israel and she was telling me because a couple of years back and she had visited those places. Anyway, holy water is another good thing to have in your arsenal of protection because holy water is a blessing water. It helps to keep the evil at bay simply because it's been blessed. Now, our holy water, and once again, when I'm feeling like I need a little, I'll bless myself. Once again, over the head, not in the face, even if it is just water, over the head. This is another thing you can use to spritz your doors or your windows, anywhere you want some protection. If you feel like something bad has happened, or you've got bad energy around you or coming at you, bless it. You can bless your bed at night. Say a prayer, go in, sprinkle your holy water, because I got a sprayer on mine, because usually we have the flip toppers, and you can flip it and sprinkle it. That's how the priests used to always do it when they did blessings in church when I was a kid. They come around and, they just a general thing in the vicinity of the crowd and you were blessed. Say a little prayer, do a little sprinkle, and bless your bed to keep it safe and keep you in the light, because that's the other thing you want to do is to protect yourself. You want to stay in the light. You want to stay in the light of God, the light of the universe, however you want to believe in it. There is this white light that I believe in that can come down, and if you visualize it enveloping you and covering you, it's sort of like grace. It's like heavenly hands. They're shielding you. The angels. It's just that energy of goodness, that energy of the light, protecting you from the darkness of whatever's out there. The holy water helps add to that energy field. Another thing you can do, if you're into protection charms, we make up little charm bags for $1.95. You get them, they're protection. They are a mixture of herbs, then botanicals, maybe even spices. Usually I think it's like we're using sage and lavender and hyssop and lemon verbena. We mix it all up, throw in a couple little black chip stones there and put them in little baggies. These are for like personal protection, little herbal charm bags that you can carry with you. Put them in your pocket, stick it in a bra, stick it somewhere close by you. Stick it under your pillow at night if you're concerned. A little charm, never hurt anyone, and it's just because it's believed that these herbs or these botanicals, these plants, are supposed to have those qualities. Hyssop is supposed to have the quality of keeping you safe. Like it's like for the power of God behind you to help you protect you, for the protection of God. Agrimony helps. Sage leaf is something that's been used for the centuries. A lot of various different peoples around the world have used sage. They used to burn sage back in the medieval days, I think during the plague and all, because they found to help, ward off all the evil that was causing they thought it was some sort of weird boogeyman coming around and giving them the plague, But in reality, they found out in recent years that sage has an antiseptic property. The smoke does, and it actually does kill certain bacteria in the air. And they think that's why it was such a popular thing to burn back then if they had it. They thought it was just taking care of the evil humors out there that were causing all the disease. But in reality, it was actually cleansing the air they were breathing. And it helped in some cases, of course, obviously not everywhere because so many people died. But then again, it was in the water, it was everywhere. Sage burning and sage water, two good things to do. Next, and that's where we got off onto the charm bags. That's right, I knew I was somewhere. The charm bags are simple to make. If you want, you can make your own charm bag. You don't have to buy ours. You want a bigger charm, go get yourself a bigger bag. Go buy all the different herbs, and we put on our labels what the ritual uses are for, and you choose the ones you like the best that offer protective qualities. Stick them in, mix them up, blend them, bless them, stick them in your own pouch. Get a pouch big enough with something like this. You can hang it over your doorknobs. I have charm bags on both my doorknobs throughout. Front and back. I got a big house here. You can hang them on your bedroom door. You can hang them on your office door. You need protection. Charm bags are a good way to go, as long as you do not have allergies. So many people suffer from allergies and have severe reactions. I do not. That's why I always forget about it. But I do want to warn you, if you're allergic, if you have hay fever, if you have allergic rhinitis, if, pollen gets to you, spring and fall are like murder on you and you're living on antihistamines or taking shots, don't use charm bags. That's all they are. Plants, pollen, all the things you're allergic to are in this bag. See? Trust me, you do not want that near you if it's going to cause you to be sneezing and runny nose and blurry eyes all the time. You're better off sticking with something simple like the stones. You can try the Palo Santos. Don't know how that's going to affect you. But I would go back to stones and maybe the sage water. If you're highly allergic, don't do charm bags. Otherwise, they're great. What else do we have in our arsenal? for? Oh, salts. Almost forgot. White salt is generally used for cleansing and clearing a space. You know, if you want to get rid of things, do a blessing or something, you would sprinkle the white salt around a perimeter. The black salt is used for the protection and the sealing. After you have cleared, if you've gone through, let's say, and you're saging your house, you're saging your rooms or your office. When you're finished with the saging and the cleansing, then you take the black salt and you sprinkle it over the threshold or the doorstop so that it helps to seal and protect and keep the evil or the negative energy out. And like I said, this works both for ghosts and or just aggravating people, nasty people, people you don't want to be dealing with. Might not make them go away, especially if they're your boss. They're always going to be coming back. But it might just keep them a little distant enough that they're not bugging you so much. Stick a crystal on your desk, too. Keep that negative energy away. Another thing you might have, if you're the kind of person, or if you are a person who feels as though you have some sort of nasty spiritual attachment, a ghost has come home with you, something like that. Now, there are things you can do to get rid of that. One of them is a scissors cut, like this. First of all, you want to cleanse yourself using the sage, smudging or spritzing around. And what I would suggest is maybe you can use just your hands, but I would get a piece of smoky quartz or a points, the quartz points, or maybe some tourmaline, or just get yourself some black stones, hold them in your hands, and you do this motion. You're cutting the ties. Or you have a friend, actually, and it's a lot better because you can never really reach behind you. You have a friend come over. You cleanse yourself. You sage yourself or smudge yourself with the Palo Santos or the regular sage smudge sticks. And once you've done that, take the quartz and with it in hand and do this motion around the person, around their back, around their sides. It's a scissors motion. You're cutting the ties of where that thing is attached to you, you're seeing. Cut it so that it's gone and you're throwing it out there. It's a little ritual step that you can use to clear yourself of psychic attachments of that nature. And it should work for most people. But like I said, you almost need a friend to help you with that. And someone who has serious intent. You can't be going into this giggling and you got to believe in what you're doing. Make your stand and go for it. Now, we've covered pretty much everything. The pouches, the salt, black candles. Some people like to burn candles. Any candle will do. Black candles in particular are known for protective qualities. As Tracy had showed you, you can consecrate your candle by writing on it, protect me, or save my soul, whatever you want to write on your candle. Maybe rub a little power oil on there, or just hold it to consecrate it. Sage it. Give it a little bit of holy water, and let the universe know what you're burning this candle for. It's for protection of your house, for your home, for your pet, for whoever, for someone. Light it and burn it. Another candle you can use are the Reiki protection candles. The black ones, once again, they also have essential oils mixed in as well as being Reiki infused so that they have a natural affinity for protection. It always is good, though, to carve your initial. Do something to make it yours and make it special before you light it. And always light your candles on a fire-safe surface. Even I throw aluminum foil around my nice crystal holders just to keep the wax from messing them all up. And then I set them on top of a tin plate so that if anything drips down or falls over, I don't have a mess burning my table, which I've done on occasion before. And remember, like she said, you want to put your things out either with a snuffer, you can use a knife, you can use a spoon, rather than blow. Not only does it keep you from blowing the wax across the room, because you never think about that until the next day you wonder, where did those wax spatters get all over your table? It's because you're blowing your candles out. Snuffing them out, you don't have that problem. And it seals in the intent of the candle. See the candle burning thing with Tracy's, that conversation for full information. And I think that's most of what I wanted to talk about today. Simply the stones. Oh, I forgot. Tourmaline Quartz is another good protection stone. That's the tourmaline in the quartz. It's not only good for protection, it's empowering. It's also self-charging because the tourmaline cleanses the quartz, and it's just, they work synergistically together. Great stone. Great stone. So, I think that's going to be it for this little talk. Hopefully next week I'll get Tracy back here again so we can do some discussions on, I don't know what we're going to talk about next. We've already done, I don't know if we've done charm bags yet, or we might do clearings, because I want to do one on house clearings soon too, on, go through how it is done and help you find people who can help you do it if you need assistance. Remember, and one more little thing I'm going to add. For protection, for your safety and ours, mask up. The Delta variant is out there. It is running wild. I don't care who says what. The numbers are going up every day. This is a simple little thing we can do to help prevent the spread of the Delta variant. And there's going to be other variants coming up right behind it. And if we don't get a handle on these things soon, they're going to be taking us down. We don't need to lose another 600,000. The hospitals are overwhelmed, especially in the South. The people are pleading, please. So think about it. If you're coming into our shop, we give away free disposable masks. One to a customer, please. You can take it home with you. You can wear it the rest of the day when you're shopping elsewhere. Or you can throw it in the trash. We have a little trash can there. You can throw it in there when you leave. Whatever makes you happy. It's just something to do that's going to help you and me. It's like, who knows, the life you save may be your own. That's it for my lecture today. Hope to see you back again next week. I had to put the card reading on a separate video. I think it's already posted. I'm having a heck of a time doing this. One of these days I'll get it down pat. But till then, see you next time. Thank you.